How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. I just want to do another quick question today. I got an email from somebody asking me what to do in front of people that normally see you drinking, and you're not going to drink anymore. And how do you tell these people? To be honest, with a lot of people that you're drinking around, especially in the first week or 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, avoid any places, any old mates, old haunts, that kind of thing, And the reason is you just don't want to be putting temptation into your path. You want to try and get yourself past the first few days as easily as you can. There's no point in trying to be the big man about it and going, yeah, I can handle this kind of stuff, fair enough, but just by having that temptation in your path, it's just weakening your resolve. You've only got so much willpower. Your brain runs on glucose. Your brain gets tired as the day goes on. You can increase your capacity for your willpower by feeding yourself more glucose-rich foods, so a lot of carbohydrates. Clean carbohydrates if you can, and getting rest. But as the day wears on, as you get tired, you're going to get tired, and this is normally the time when we go out drinking. Now, it's always going to be at the end of the day when you're tired, when you're down on your glucose levels, when your body just feels tired and you're shagged out, and that you're going to feel those cravings the most. You're going to feel the desire to have a drink, to go back to your old habits and stuff. So this is the time when you want to have the temptations at a minimum. So get all the booze out of your house, get all the reminders of booze out of your house, as much as you can anyway. There's, you can't shift everything. There's going to be just certain things that are going to remind you of booze anyway, and you can't do anything about that. So, but do your best to sort of rid your environment of as much of the reminders, as many of the reminders as you possibly can, and those that are within your control. Avoid the people who are trying to avoid the people that are going to tempt you. Avoid the people that are going to remind you of drinking. When you're normally in their company, this is what you do. So, as I said in one of the other videos that I did, you've got to sort of decide whether these friends are actually your friends, or whether they're just your co-conspirators in this drinking that you do. So, and when it comes to telling people, tell the people who are closest to you, and the rest of them you don't need to tell. You can put that off as long as you want, as long as you feel comfortable with. The whole thing is that you are the person that has to feel comfortable with this. Tell the people that are closest to you as soon as you can, because they're the ones that will give you the most help and support. And the sooner you can tell them, the sooner they can integrate that into their own thinking, into their own story, into their own life and their own lifestyle, and they get used to you as being a non-drinker, and fill them in on the whole thing. Tell them that you why you're doing it. Tell them that you're quitting for good and that you're not going to go back onto it. Plus, it gives you a lot of leverage as well on yourself. If you tell people in advance of what you're doing, tell your wife or tell your husband or tell your partner, whatever it is, tell them as soon as you can. And what it does is it gives you that little bit of it closes another door for you, so to speak. So, in order for you to go back to the drink, then you've got to sort of reopen that door and go back to that person and say, well, couldn't do it, or that's my opinion anyway. So you're going to have discomfort, you're going to have uncomfortable feelings. There's no way of getting around that. But the less temptations you have around you, physical temptations, mental temptations, or temptations in the form of other people, the better it's going to be for you. So until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.